Hello, and welcome to the next LOL Esports Roundup, where we're going to cover the games from this morning for LPL Opening Day Spring 2023, and then preview what's to come tomorrow. Just so you know, I am live viewing the games. I live viewed these games this morning. So if you'd like to stop by and watch with me, you can. I have a timer. It's kind of sus, but I'm going to try and make it work. Um, so there's that, and we'll get into the other, you know, sales pitch stuff at the end. So um, I went 1-2 today in my predictions. I got this one right, got those two wrong. um, FPX and Team World Elite. Team World Elite wins 2-1. Shanks leading the way for Team Wii, 15-7, 11, 29% of the team's damage. Why'd I write LWX? That's supposed to be Hope. I'm a dumbass. I'm a dumbass. How do you do that? See, and if you're new to the channel, one, I'm sick if you're really new to the channel. Two, I don't like editing content. And you can say to yourself, yeah, but it flows so much better if you edit the content and you do this and you do that. But at the same time, guys, I'm not going to lie to you. Hopefully, it is actually Hope that went 15-8-15. It's not LWX, and for some reason I screwed up. And I put two FPX players and one Team Wii player on a thing when Team Wii won. But making sure I'm still on screen, I am. Hope 15-8-15. Care 14-6-13, 26% of Team Wii's damage. Care played extremely well for FPX in game 2. He played Kassadin and had like 10 kills. It was really impactful. Um, it was back and forth. I had FPX 2-1. I thought that, Jala who would be a little more impactful, but the top lane was a wash. It was a mess. Um, and I think at one point they went top lane 6 times to go after Bew Bew, which is pretty crazy, right? Um, and mid lane was close between Shanks and Care, but really it came down to the jungle. And Hang ends up being my MVP. Now, I don't have him listed there, but why do I think he's the MVP? He played extremely aggressive in this series. I mean, he did not pull any punch. I mean, he went after Howie in a big way. Each game, game 1, he was in the jungle. In his jungle, invading him early. First 5 minutes, he was all over him. Game 2, he solo kills him in the jungle, invades him at like level 3. Like, this guy was after it. And in game 3, he got after him again in his jungle. Like, Hang had no like mercy when it came to getting after him. Like, the aggressiveness was really astounding. And in game 3, it played a big role. I thought he put. I mean, it was a classic case. You see two rookies in any sort of sport or competition. One shows up, the other doesn't, and that was this classic case. I really do believe that. I think Kang just really stepped up in a big way, where Howie did not. And Howie is not going to be the starter anyway. Hacker will be long term. Well, not long term, but a week or two from now. So that was a thing. And I also want to give Iwandi his credit. Game 1, Iwandi was super impactful on a Nautilus. The early game was pretty close, but he found a good roam timing to get first blood in mid lane, and they were able to snowball off of that and end up winning the game eventually. So I felt Iwandi. I thought Iwandi was very integral to Team Wee's win in game 1. Then they put him on Yumi and Lulu, and he kind of lost, or Yumi and Soraka, and lost a lot of his oomph when it came to roaming. Yumi and Soraka are not those type of champs, but the Nautilus was. Anyone's Legend and IG. So IG and Anyone's Legend both are not using their mid laners they will be going with going forward. Anyone's Legend playing harder with Pins out, and IG going with Nenny, their sub top laner, because Dove cannot play. IG win 2-0. I thought Anyone's Legend would win 2-0. I thought Harder, being a actual mid laner, would be able to beat Nenny, and he did. But the bot lane, the top, in the top side, it was really something. And unfortunately, they had both of these series going simultaneously for the first time like ever they were doing that. And, it caused spoilers for this game in the chat because people, and it's not their fault. Whatever. So lost a little bit of interest in the series once I found out like IG already won game one before I'm like 10 minutes into game one. On goes 9-2 and 24, 30% of the team's damage. He had a 248% damage to gold ratio in game one on Varus. It was a 46-minute game. He had 55,000 damage. YSKM 15, 9, and 16. Betty 6, 4, and 10 for Anyone's Legend. YSKM was the MVP in my opinion. Kind of went back and forth on this between On and YSKM, but I think it's important. We were just talking about rookies and we'll continue to do so in this one. YSKM in game one ended up in a hole behind ZDZ. ZDZ got after him in a Fiora Camille matchup in a big way. And ZDZ kind of threw it because he dove and ended up trading 1-for-1. But YSKM was in quite a significant CS diff hole there. And eventually, it's like he accepted, and a lot of players need to do this, he accepted, I am no longer a Camille that can carry, I am a Camille that has to facilitate, I'm a glorified support. That's the vibe I got from him. Sure, he's going to deal some damage, but he literally just ults in, stopwatches, and pretty much died. He went 7, 6, and 6 over the game. But his ults were on point. A young player making that decision, finding good moments and flanks to facilitate is a big thing. That is something players need to understand if they want to get to the highest level and succeed internationally. Is sometimes you have to be willing to take the L and do what's best for the team in that sense. So he played very well as a rookie. Gideon, I thought, played very, very good. Viego, both games. Nenny, game one, was awful. He got ganked at like 5 minutes in, which I was like, that's a top laner in mid lane getting ganked. Who would have thought? In bot lane, I had said yesterday, Betty and Sword Art needed to. I just gotta make sure I'm recording, not streaming. I've done that a couple times, so I had to make sure. I was like, Betty and Sword Art have to keep On under control because On is a carry for IG, and he was. Like, YSKM was setting him up, but On was dealing the damage in game one, like I referenced. And Sword Art died like a ton. He probably died 11 or 12 times between these two games. It looked like he didn't play any stage games last year, really, because it was pretty bad. So, I had Anyone's Legend going 2-0, IG won 2-0. Now, what we're all here for, JDG, BLG. JDG third in my power rankings, BLG ninth. This was a close series. All three games were close. Long games. JDG actually flipped the script in game one. BLG had like a 5k gold lead for a long time. And JDG did what JDG does, kind of stalled out the game, and were able to find a way. Ruler went 21, 6, and 23 with 26% of JDG's damage. Knight 12, 8, and 29. Excuse me. And Bin 18, 11, and 14. I felt Bin was 1v9 once again. Just going to cover this real fast. Bin won them game two on Nar. Solo killed 369 twice. Really, really played well in game two. His Nar was huge in team fights. In game three, on Camille, he was impactful, taking turrets, split pushing, stopping pushes from JDG pretty much single-handedly. Bin played a great, honestly, if it wasn't for Ruler ending up getting a pentakill, I probably would consider Bin MVP, honestly, in a losing effort. Um, Kanavi played super good too. He played dogs, Maokai Sejuani, which was a surprise. We talked about. I mentioned somebody has to fall on the sword, and I didn't expect it to be Kanavi, and it was. The Maokai's obviously super cracked, so that's good that he picked it. But the Sejuani in Game 3 was good. He got a he. I mean, there was a point they showed the gold graph, and Ruler had the most gold, but Kanavi was second. And it's like a Sejuani is second in gold right now. And you look at his kill score, and it's not like it's super crazy. Like, he just found a way, which is what Kanavi does. He gets fed, and he got fed on a Sej. So, by doing that, I mean, if a Sej gets fed, JDG were in control for a while in Game 3, and then it just struggled to end. Like comeback mechanics and things like that. I mean, it was a back and forth game. Either team could have won. The notion that one team gets ahead and will win no matter what, I think, didn't work out in this one. As far as mid lane, like I said, Knight 12, 8, and 29, I thought he played a lot better than Yagao. Yagao got picked off a couple times in this series, just like he always does, and people try and say, well, but he's so good. It's okay that he gets picked off. Okay, whatever. He got picked off a couple times again. And yeah, so I also thought something was interesting, and somebody can comment on this. I think it was Game 3. Game 3, BLG have Lucian Nami. Or is it JDG in Game 2? Either way, I haven't really looked into it, so somebody can just comment and it'll go quicker. Is Lucian so bad right now, solo lane, that you're better off giving Lucian when they've already picked Nami, versus letting them have the Nami, you take the Lucian, put it in mid or something, and now they have to pair it with something else. And we know Nami is useless without Lucian. So when somebody first picks Nami on, even it was red side, but it could be blue side as well, is it really not worth it to take the Lucian versus is the Lucian going to lose lane and be that bad that it's going to be worse than whatever they have to pair with the Nami? So comment down below I just was thinking about that. I thought that was a blunder in draft, but that's whatever. Now for the sneak peek for tomorrow, we got Rare Atom and LGD. Week 10, Day 2, LGD would win 2-1. Half the players in this series played in that one, +1. Asum is now on Rare Atom. He started for LGD at the time, so I guess 6 out of 10. Hai Chow was the star, going 15, 4, and 15. Only 5 folks from the Discord voted on this one. Asum and LPC got 2 votes, so they win. I actually liked this matchup anyways. Revenge game to show, hey, you let me go. Asum, let's see what he does. LGD's pretty bad. Rare Atom. Cube is interesting, so is Lan and Strive, and Asum. So we'll see what happens. LGD do not have anything going for them. It's so hard to talk nicely about LGD. Meteor in the jungle is older. Top lane is a rookie, Zhao Zhu. Mid lane, Hai Chao. And then LPC and Jin Zhao. LGD just don't sound interesting at all. So we'll see how that one goes. RNG and OMG, this is a top 25 matchup. RNG 8th in my power rankings, OMG 25th. Or 24th, sorry. Week 4, Day 4, they played. RNG would win 2-1. 7 out of 10 players from the starting lineups are still on their teams. PP God for OMG is not. and Xiaohu and Ming for RNG. Gala went 13-5-29 in that series. 5 out of 11 votes on Discord went to Breathe and Shanji. And that's the matchup that I'm going to highlight. These are two of the top 10 to 15 top laners in the world. Both young, the future of top lane, if they can continue to develop. Definitely, Shanji has to show up for OMG in a big way, and Breathe has to stop him. We saw today a lot of carries in top lane. The Fiora, Camille, Jax, K'Sante, Gnar. It wasn't Ornn and Gragas and stuff. It's big boys up there in carries. So we'll see how Breathe and Shanji do. This is going to be a good one. This is definitely the best series of the day for sure. And then lastly, Ninjas in Pajamas make their debut for the LPL versus Ultra Prime. Week 9, Day 7, Victory 5 would beat Ultra Prime 2-1. 3 out of the 10 players in that series are in this game. That includes Zhao Laobao, Fodic, and possibly Rich. So he's Rich and Invincible are both on the roster, so I don't know which one's going to start as of the moment. Fodic went 12, 6, and 23 in this series. Zhao Laobao and Ning is what I want to highlight. Two junglers that are taking starting spots again for the first time in a while. Ning obviously coming out of a retirement, and Zhao Laobao coming back after, splitting time with Karsa last year. It's similar to these two, but maybe slightly better. It's like who is better of those bottom teams? Who is better? Ninja in Pajamas or Ultra Prime. Is Invincible going to show up? Is Harry, Dream, King, and Mid? We got a lot of rookies in this one. We got Ning and Baolan, who are the opposite of rookies, are coming out of retirement. The Discord voted on bot lane, 7 out of 9 votes. They think Fodic and Zhu and Doggo and Baolan it's the matchup to watch. I could see that. Fodic versus Doggo. Doggo's probably Ultra Prime's only hope. So it'll be interesting. A lot of question marks in this one, whether it's rookies or former retired players. And so if you like the video, like it, subscribe to the channel for daily League of Legends content. Like I said, I'm going to try and live view games. I live viewed this morning. I'm going to try and live view again tomorrow morning. Join the Discord if you want to participate in the predictions and player pool's now closed, but you got predictions. You've got the voting on what matchup's the most interesting to you guys. I'm also going to include an MVP thing, I think. I just haven't posted it yet, so spoiler, that's something that's going to go up soon. So do that. Become a YouTube member. $3 a month supports me so I can continue doing daily League of Legends content in the way that I do. I enjoy doing this. I know I'm not stupid, so all businesses do not succeed. So if it's not worth the money, it's not worth the money to you, which is fine. NBD, that's life. $10 a month to get extra content, including my predictions. I know I went 1 and 2, but I try and not give too much opinion in my videos here. Trying to be unbiased, but in the members only content, you're going to get more opinion and what I think is going to happen. So if you like that, that's $10 tier. Thank you for watching, and I hope you come back for more content.